Now, what is the best way to deal with digital clutter? This is a clutter that is coming in constantly, and we need to learn how to keep it under control. All right, lovelies, grab your tea and let's go. So I think it goes without saying that we are probably at the highest point in history for clutter. So many of us have just had increasingly more things. And it really started just after the recovery from the Depression started. We have consumed and collected more and more things, more and more stuff. And the past few decades have actually seen a real boom in digital clutter. Now, digital clutter is affecting us far, far more than you might even realize. So I am going to show you how I keep all of my digital content organized and decluttered. So ever since we started having cell phones and computers and just really keeping things on us all the time, digital things, we have just consumed more and more things. One of those things are emails. So we can open our phone and we can quickly realize that in like a week, we have like 300 plus emails. It is complicated though, because some of them we need to keep and some of them we don't. We can often find ourselves on many mailing lists. That doesn't mean that the mailing lists are bad. Some of them are serving us, like giving us great tips and helpful advice. But a lot of them are just trying to sell to us every single day. I am going to dive in and show you how I keep on top of my emails because it is time that I go through them. So first, start looking at your regular emails that you have coming in. Now, I myself have a mailing list, but I try to give people good information, like motivating, decluttering advice, letting people know when there's a new video that might be serving them. But you know what? If that's not serving you, unsubscribe. So recognize when a mailing list is not serving you. So I can look right now. Anytime you order from a company, you're going to be put on their mailing list. And I'm going to give you a tip. So instead of deleting all of your emails at once, I want you to just go over to the search bar and just put in like Roots, the company I'm wearing. Obviously, I like Roots. So look at all of these Roots things have come up, and I can just go highlight, shift, click. I can delete all of these. So boom, I can declutter, delete them all. I should have unsubscribed first. Because I know that, like with Roots, I want to know when their stuff's on sale because the odd time I will buy something. So I think that's what has kept me subscribed to them. But so that's just one thing. Like if it's something you actually really want to know, but for the most part, if you know a sale will probably be coming up, it will be. So I can actually unsubscribe myself from Roots, like no problem. Another thing you can do is organize things by files. This here is some files that I've made. So if I have an email, for example, for catnap, I can drag it in there. And there was an update that unfortunately resulted in everything getting deleted, which, you know, it's not the biggest deal, but when we have foster kittens, now I need to bother the people and get the proper forms again, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay because I'm actually going to show you, I do have it somewhere else. But when I get like school report cards for the kids, I can just take them and drag them into the family section. So that is one great way to organize your email. So in no time, you can get your emails down to nothing. So look at your list and you can see maybe where some of the mailing lists are popping up that you're seeing regularly. And if they're not serving you, you can just declutter them. Like I have one here for Canadian Tire and it is wanting us to review some of the things that we bought. I don't want that. So like I can just unsubscribe. I am unsubscribing. Boom. With your computer, a great way to keep things organized is to use both Dropbox and Google Drive. These are both free. And the great thing about Google Drive, it's a great place to store documents that you are writing right in there, or sheets, anything like that. Such a great way to organize things, and I'll show you that. And then the other thing is I love Dropbox. Dropbox is a great place to store and organize things like photos or things that you've made or school report cards, anything like that. So I really, really, really recommend using those for organizing things in the best possible way without having things scattered all over the place. Now, another thing that we can get a lot of is apps on our phone. And believe me, I'm going to be getting into a lot more in a second, but apps on our phone, we can actually be like, oh my gosh, do I really still use Angry Birds? No, it is not 2011 here. We can download things, whether it's for our kids or for ourselves, and just realize over time we're not using those apps. And they can be taking up storage on our phone, but also taking up like the mental space. Like seeing these things can bother us. The digital clutter overall can be really, really affecting us, and we might not even realize it. It is just sort of the stress of having too many options. Too many options is stressful. It makes it hard to find things. It makes it just stressful overall. And you just feel like this is something I need to do. So we need to take care of this. So let's take care of the apps right now. Now, if I swipe through my phone, you can see I do have a little bit of tidying to do. But what I need to do is to remove apps of things that I'm not using. Now, this is something you should do from time to time. Hold it down on an iPhone, and then it'll come up, remove app, delete app, delete. Here's another one. Don't need that one. Remove app, delete. There's a bunch more I don't use here, but I can go through those later. And for example, I have different sections here. Entertainment, I have a section on entertainment. So I've got like Netflix, Internet Movie Database, because whenever I'm watching a movie, I'm like, I know that voice. I know that voice. So I have to look it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew it was Christian Slater, right? And I just keep going through it. And yeah, so I've got that there. In fact, I could even remove one from there. I have a section for travel. So like, I want to go to Ireland. I haven't been, but I'm going to go one day. So I have those in there. I have like Disneyland stuff, WestJet, the airline, all of that. Like even stuff to go to London. God bless me. Okay. So that is one thing. Like work. For kids, like kids are different than adults. So I have like this one called PD Stat, which I have so we can look up things by weight, important things like that. So that is how I organize things there. I also have one for fitness. So I have like my yoga app in there. I love this Down Dog app. There's one for the Calm Meditation app, which is really great, and the fitness thing. So that is how I organize my apps. I have one for finance, one for YouTube, one for shopping, one for utilities. So if I go over to utilities, I've got like the tile, because my husband loses things all the time. So we each have tiles on our keys, Dropbox, calendars, all of that. Now, before I get into computer files and photos, and believe me, photos are a huge, huge thing, I want to tell you about something. Now, if you like organizing tips, productivity, and meal planning and routines, I have been working on something extra special for you, because I really, really want to help people get their lives simplified overall. A lot of people are really feeling frustrated. They feel like life is out of control, and they feel like they can't manage things. They can't manage a lot of the day-to-day things. So I am starting a new membership. It's going to be super, super inexpensive, because I want everybody who wants to be able to join it. So it's going to cost like the price of like 1 or 2 cups of coffee. And it is a low price now for you to join, because I really want you guys, my awesome tried and true audience, to get in there so we can make some big changes together as a group. So this membership is called Minimalism Mindset and Mountains, and it will be a private Facebook group where we can join together to support each other. I will tell you more about that. Just click the link below and you can learn all about it. Now let's get into photos. Now photos, digital photos on our phone and computer can be so plentiful. We can have thousands, tens of thousands of photos. I remember back when I was in nursing school, and the teacher would put something up on the board, and all of the young ones were like writing everything down. I say young ones because I started nursing school when I was 30. They were all writing everything down, and I was like, I'm just going to take a picture with my phone. Everybody does that now. And so we have so many things on our phone that we don't need to keep. It's still a super handy tool, though, to be able to take photos of notes And like receipts, sometimes I'll just take a picture of a receipt because then I can shred the receipt and then I have that for later. But you have to be able to organize it, and you have to have a system for getting rid of those. So I like to, with my photos, every Friday at 4 o'clock, I have a date with myself, and that is to spend 10 minutes decluttering my photos. So I will just sit there, put on something on YouTube, and just be like tapping away and just declutter as many photos as I can in 10 minutes. So when I am looking through my photos on a Friday, I'm like, okay, I don't need a picture of that. I don't need, you know, I took pictures of the pancakes. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. You know, so just like tap on things and then you just go boom. It is so helpful when you need to look up a medical card and you do not have that information there. You can just click on it. I have a few other things in there, which is so helpful. So I don't have to go and like track down my purse, or if I'm not at home, it makes it so much easier to like register the kids for things or whatever. I also have one for recipes. So if I click on that, you may have seen there was a video I did not long ago where I was decluttering paper and some books and things, and I took pictures of recipes because we get HelloFresh sometimes, and I took pictures of some recipes because I did not want to keep the cards, but I knew I might want to keep some of the recipes, so I took pictures of those. A couple of cookbooks I got rid of, so I took pictures of those recipes. And another one, this one I love. This is one, taco salad. I got it from my grandma 5 years ago. And I was like, Grandma, I want that taco salad recipe. So she got it out. And what's great is I was able to take the picture and now I have it in there. So I can do this with lots of things. I also have one for the nuts and bolts that I was talking about at Christmas. So that is how I keep those organized, and that is how I also delete my photos. The other thing I do is I organize a lot of photos in files. So for example, I have a picture of all of our family's healthcare cards, and I have that saved in something called cards. I also have one for recipes, and I have one for receipts. So this is a really, really easy way to keep track of those things. And yes, you do still have them in there, but you could do something else, and I am going to tell you about that right now because it is how I organize my computer files. So this is how easy I have my computer set up for things. This is the budget. This is where any bills go, any stuff for the bank. I just put it right there. An organization I volunteer for, so I have that all organized, just past stuff. This is where family things like kids' report cards, I put them in there, easy peasy. I download whatever I can. I scan the rest. I don't like to keep much paperwork. Stuff for the house right here, fitness thing I'm part of, family movies, taxes, always important, and then work and resumes. It's really that simple. Now, digital clutter is one thing, but there's one other thing that can really get us down, and that is the hassle of social media and the pressure and the constant negativity and things burdening us. So click this video here so you can see all about how to tackle that monster. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.